The status of women in our society. Yeah, it's my
This call is
pleasure.
now being recorded.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to welcome you all for the webinar on a role of women in society. To begin this day orderly, let us first invoke the presence of Almighty. I believe that prayer is our most powerful contact with greatest force in universe. And now I call upon Auxilia Felsi of Third Mathematics to sing a prayer song. Welcome, Auxilia. I request you all to mute your mic, please.
அநாதி தெய்வனுள் அடைக்கலமே அவர் நித்திய போயுங்கள் உன்னாதாரமே அநாதி தெய்வன் உன்னடைக்கலமே அவர் நித்திய போயுங்கள் உன்னாதாரமே இந்த தேவன் என்றென்றும் உள்ள சதா காலமும் நமது தேவன் வழிகள் தோறும் நம்மை நடத்திடுவார் அநாதி தேவன் உன்னடைக்கலமே அவர் நித்திய போயுங்கள் உன்னாதாரமே காருண்யத்தாலே இழுத்து கொண்டார் தூய தேவன்பே காருண்யத்தாலே இழுத்து கொண்டார் தூய தேவன்பே இவ்வனாந்திரத்தில் நயங்காட்டி உன்னை இனிதாய் வருந்தி அழைத்தார் இந்த தேவன் என்றென்றும் உள்ள சதா காலமும் நமது தேவன் வழிகள் தோறும் நம்மை நடத்திடுவார் அநாதி தேவன் உன்னடைக்கலமே அவர் நித்திய போயுங்கள் உன்னாதாரமே. Thank you.
Thank you, Auxilia. A small cheer and a great welcome makes a merry speech. A warm welcome is incomplete with warm words. So now I invite Ms. Sangeeta Margaret, Assistant Professor of Physics, YRC Program Officer, Shift 2, to extend a welcome warm enough to encompass you all. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Arna. A very good morning to all dignitaries present here. On behalf of the organizing committee of Youth Red Cross, I extend a cordial welcome to you all to this special occasion of webinar on role of women in society. I extend my hearty welcome to our beloved Reverend Father Secretary, who always guides us, keeping the future in mind. Welcome, Father. I extend my warm welcome to our principal, Dr. M. Armai Selvam, Head of the Department of Computer Science. Welcome, sir. Also, I welcome our Vice Principal, Dr. J. John Orokiraj, Head of the Department of Mathematics. Welcome, sir. I extend my cordial welcome to Reverend Father Dr. S. Xavier, Controller of Examinations, Head of the Department of Physics. Welcome, Father. Also, I welcome Reverend Father Dr. A. Alex, Dean of Studies, Head of the Department of BBA and BBA CA. Welcome, Father. It's a pleasure to have such dynamic personalities with us. I take immense pleasure in welcoming our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sheba Davidson, Assistant Professor, Department of History, Madras Christian College, Chennai. Welcome, ma'am. Your presence makes us really happy. Finally, I wholeheartedly welcome our dear participants from various colleges, most respected madams and sirs from various places. Welcome you all. Once again, I welcome you all with a great pleasure for a lovely start. Welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm words of welcome. It's my pleasure to welcome our Reverend Father G. Peter Rajendram, Secretary, St. Joseph College of Arts and Science Autonomous, who is a backbone of our college, to give his piece of knowledge to the gathering. Welcome, Father.
Good morning to all the participants. Respected Dr. Sheba Davidson, YRC Program Officer, Madras Christian College. Respected Dr. Principal Arumi Selvam, Vice Principal Dr. John R. Karaj, and OIRC coordinators, Dr. Rajesh and Ms. Sangeeta, and all the participants and the participants from the other colleges also. I warm welcome to this workshop on role of women in society. So society makes of men and women, and God created in the first instant itself men and women, man and woman together. That shows that God has planned the society should be a complementary with a man and woman. So likewise, we also see the society will be growing only with the growth of man and woman. There is no a single side growth, but the growth should be both together. So for us, this in the Middle Ages time, it has gone differently because of the industrial development and everything. So that man become a strong force, so that women looked upon, down upon. So like this has happened. But now we have to change. It is slowly changing. Now women gets the opportunity to study, go for higher studies and everything. They can do everything. So in all the field, they are doing better things in the field we can see. So this is happening in the society. A woman should be given equal opportunity, at the same time must be responding to all the opportunity given to her. At the same time, the students, the education should be given to the women also. These all things we have to think about it. And when this given, all these things are given, the women has the responsibility to respond to that and then go ahead with all the necessary things they have to do it. So I wish this talk or a seminar on role of women in the society will enlighten our group of girls so that they may equip themselves to face the new situation and then face when they come to the age of having the responsibility of the society. So I wish you all the best. I thank Dr. Rajesh and Ms. Sangeeta for arranging this program. I thank Dr. Sheba Davidson for sparing her own time with us and giving the talk, to the motivational talk to our students. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Father, for your words of wisdom. And now I request Dr. M. Arumai Selvam, Principal, St. Joseph College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, to address the gathering with his message. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. Most respected Reverend Father Secretary, who is leading today's program. Respected Vice Principal Dr. John R. Kiraj, Controller of Examination Reverend Father Xavier, Dean of Studies Reverend Father Alex, ORC coordinators Dr. Rajesh and Sangeeta, and the chief guest of today's program, Dr. Sheba Davidson from MCC, Madras Christian College, other participants, other members from other institutions, dear students, wish you all a very happy and good morning. First of all, I like to appreciate our student who made the prayer song. It was very nice. The prayer is a dynamic force in the moral atmosphere. It gives peace to the mind and clarity to the thoughts. So if you have faith in God and prayers, everything will go fine. Next, I'd like to thank Madam Sheba Davidson for giving her time and going to spend her time and going to give her expertise to our students. The topic is the role of women in the society. The role of women in the society. If you think that 30-40 years back, the situation is entirely different. Parents didn't allow the girl students even to the local schools. Now parents allow students to study in foreign countries, transnational countries. It shows that the society was backward thoughts earlier. Now the society has got our parents, our familial structure, our social structure has changed, and today we have that forward thinking that men and women are same, equal, and what the man can do, even the women can do. That situation we have arrived. And 30-40 years back, there were only two students studied, two girl students were in our campus. In 94, there were only two students. One is Janice Esther, and the second one is Josephine. And Janice Esther is placed now in United States, well placed. And now the campus has got more than 3,000 students, women students in our campus, which shows the importance that the institution has taught, and the institution has come forward to give education to the women folks also. And many neighboring colleges, our students, our girl students are working as lecturers or even some other departments. And one of the students in Kadalur, our old student, alumna, is making a landmarks. There are many landmarks in Kadalur, and she's making a landmark by constructing a big mall, first time of its type in Kadalur. And there are many girls well placed in United States of America, and one such student is leading a company as a team leader, and she is taking care of that $40 million project in the United States that do in the field of ERP. And there are many students coming up. Today's seminar will surely enlighten and enrich our students, particularly the girl students. And madams, MCC, when 91, when the college was started, then Secretary Father Ratchakar appointed members who have finished their education either from Loyola College or MCC or St. Joseph's College, Trichy, or Sacred College. Those who graduates, postgraduates who have completed their degree from one of these colleges, they were given appointment, because that then Father Secretary thought that the habits or the characteristics of those developed reputed institution should have in St. Joseph's College, Kadalur also, and that was made true. Today, I'm very happy that a resource person from MCC College is going to address our students and give a lecture in this webinar. And I hope and also invite all the students actively participate to the madam's information and try to make your personality as a great personality. With these few words, I'd like to thank Dr. Rajesh and Sangeeta for arranging this webinar, and I also thank all the students for your participation and presence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now I request Dr. Jeju Narikiraj, Vice Principal, St. Joseph College of Arts and Science, to address the gathering with his message. Welcome, sir.
So good morning, all of you. Most respected Reverend Father Secretary, Dr. M. Aramiselvam, the Principal of the College, Reverend Father Xavier, the Controller of Examination, Reverend Father Alex, the Dean of Studies, Dr. Rajesh, and Mrs. Sangeeta Margaret. I wish everyone present here good morning. First and foremost, I thank Dr. Sheba Davidson for having accepted our invitation to give a talk on the role of women in the society. And I congratulate Dr. Rajesh and Margaret, Sangeeta Margaret, for having arranged such a wonderful program at this juncture. And we know the role of women and the importance of women in every aspect. It rightly starts from home. Suppose our mother, when she is not present in the home, we know the difficulty. Likewise, every stage of women is a very important role in our society. And so it starts from home, as it is said. So it is, at this juncture, it is a nice and very fitting topic to have to discuss and to enlighten our students in this particular topic. So I thank and I congratulate the organizers for having wonderfully arranged this. And I wish the students to be benefited out of this particular important topic and the things that has to be followed in future. It's very important. The society will definitely need the help of the women. Women are, they are empowering the entire world. So with this context, I would like to wish all the participants and also the staff members who have come from the other institutions, students from our institution as well as from the other institutions. And I welcome all of them and I wish all of them to be benefited out of it. And I thank once again Dr. Sheba Davidson for having wonderfully chosen our institution to have a slight and a modest topic today's one. So with this, I conclude and I thank all of you and all the best today for today's one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is a honor. Now I request our Dr. A. Rajesh, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, YRC Program Officer, Shift 1, to introduce our chief guest to the gathering. Welcome, sir.
College, Autonomous, Chennai.
Dr. Rajesh, please unmute your mic and talk.
Yes, sir. Good morning, one and all present here. I am so happy and thank to the management committee have given me a good opportunity to conduct the webinar on role of women in society. The work of today is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. I am so happy to introduce the resource person, Dr. Sheba Davidson, YRC Program Officer and Assistant Professor of History, Madras Christian College, Autonomous, Chennai. She has completed her undergraduation BA in History 1988, post-graduation 1990, Master of Philosophy 1992. She has passed in state eligibility test in 1990. He has completed her doctorate of philosophy in 2013, University of Madras. She has 28 years of teaching experience. She has published various number of research papers in reputed journals. She has received Best Academic Award by Shankara Group of Schools in 2015. She has been serving as NSS coordinator and also YRC program officer since 2011. Today is the day God made for us. From this short introduction, to learn new ideas and information from this eminent personality on behalf of institution, and I'd like to hand over the section to Dr. Sheba Davidson.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. First of all, I just want to thank Reverend Father G. Peter Rajendran, Principal Dr. M. Arumai Selva, Dr. John Arakiraj, Reverend Father Dr. Xavier, Dr. Father Alex. I consider this as a great opportunity, an honor to be the resource person for today's workshop. My special thanks to YRC officer Dr. A. Rajesh and S. Sangeeta for inviting me to be a part of this great celebration. Thank you. My topic is a very interesting topic, role of women in the society. We all are very aware that we are living in a male-dominated society. Otherwise, it is a patriarchal society where men is the head of the society. Of course, there are few society which are matriarchal, but still, decisions are taken by men for women. 95% of the society are patriarchal, where everything is decided by men. My topic is a very delicate one. From the very beginning, our society, we all know, it gave importance to. Only recent past, we started to realize that women are very important. With this general introduction, let's go to my topic, the role of women in the society.
The world would be imperfect without the presence of women. Women came out of man's rib, not from his feet to be trampled on, not from his head to be superior, but from his side to be equal, under the arms to be protected, next to the heart to be loved. It is said by William Shakespeare. Though it is a Christian approach, now it has become a global approach. People started to talk about women's freedom, equality, empowerment, etc. We came from a as I said, male-dominated society. There were traditional values and duties attached to women. As a child, she should be obedient, respectful to her parents and elders. In household life, to serve a worthy husband and treat his friends and relatives with affection, to be fully conversant in religious principles, to be expert in household affairs, to keep the home clean and well decorated, to dress and decorate herself to please her husband, to control her passion and to speak truthfully and pleasingly, to love, protect, and nurture children. In the later life, to dedicate time to spiritual practices and give counsel to younger family members. We all accept the truth. Now the society is changing. We know the importance of women. When a person enters into a house, the first thing what they look is mother. Where is the mother? Where is the female of this house? That is very, very important. In order to give liberty, in order to give equal right, in order to uplift women, there are few who fought and proved themselves to be champions. Before I go through the role of women in the society, I want to talk a few women who created revolution by their achievements. Yes, the first woman about whom I'm going to talk is Ida Skada. We all know about Ida Skada. I'm not going to talk many aspects of Ida Skada. She was a daughter of Dr. John II, and they had a house at Dindimanam. He was a doctor. He was in India serving the people of India Dr. Dindivanam. They lived in a thatched roof, and this Ida Scudder came to India during her vacation. In a particular day, a person came and knocked at the door, and he was waiting for Ida to help him to make his wife to deliver their child. But Ida couldn't go because she was not a trained doctor. Her father was willing to go and help, but the men denied because according to their custom, the male is not supposed to see the face of the female. So he pleaded Ida to help him out, but Ida couldn't go. And the same night, there was another two men came and knocked at the door of John Scudder. Ida couldn't help them, but the same night she realized the three of them passed away. That made Ida to be shocked. She left India with a challenge to return back as a doctor and start a mission of healing. Among the Indian women and children, she started her service. In 1890, she was a first graduate from medical college, and in 1900, she returned to India and started a one-bed clinic in Vellore. 2 years of her hard work, she expanded her work to a 40-bed clinic, which was named as Mary Tabor Shell Memorial Hospital. In 1924, the hospital was shifted to the location in Vellore, and this is a very renowned hospital. Everyone knows about that. The Christian Medical College and Hospital at present, they have 1,700 beds with a fine team of doctors and nurses. In India at that time, there were 165 million women and girls. 35 million were widows. Ida had a passion that the women of India must have their own aid. This is her commitment. She did not think that people from her country should come and uplift the women of India. She realized that people from India must have their own aid. She was concerned for the poor and the neglected. She used to go personally to the neighboring villages with all the medical care and help. In 1903, she began teaching several compounders. In 1906, CMC's first roadside dispensary was launched. In 1909, she had a school of nursing. Today, the mission of healing occupies the most prominent place among the medical institutions in India. The mission of healing started by Ida goes on touching and changing the lives of the sick and the needy. The next person, this is Ida Scudder. The next person I'm going to talk about, Mother Teresa. There is no need for me to say anything about Mother Teresa. Her image talks to us volumes. Her simplicity gives us message about her commitment to our country, India. At the age of 18, with the blessings of her mother, she left her native place to India. When she came to India, she joined some school as a teacher, and she was shifted to one or two schools, and later she was principal of a school. From her room, she was able to see roadside, the rooms. From her room, she looked at the slums of Moti Jal area. She was troubled by the poverty of the people. On August 16, 1948, she said farewell to the European style of life, European style of habit, and she started to wear sari. It is very, very difficult. The Europeans will have a very sensitive stomach, very sensitive outlook, but She was able to sacrifice all that for the sake of Indians, those who are living in the slums, those who are living on the roadsides. She started to feel as an Indian by wearing the sari of an Indian. In Patna, she met Mother Denga, a medical nurse who started an order to heal the sick. The Society of Missionary Sisters of Charity decided to subsist on only what the poorest and the poor could eat. They started the simple life. They did not think about healthy food. They did not think about keeping themselves healthy. Along with the poor, they committed their life to live a simple life. Monday, the menu went like this: Monday, rice and salt; Tuesday, salt and rice; Wednesday, rice and salt, so on. She started her service to the poorest, the abandoned, the sick, leprosy, etc. She started to take care on the dying, the desperate, and the lost. The Time magazine in August 1983 carried a profile and also a statistics. 2,000 sisters, 400 brothers worked in 257 bases in the 153 countries. 70 homes looking after 4,000 children, at least arranging 1,000 adoption every year. 154 slum schools. They regularly fed 50,000 people daily. 81 homes admitted 15,000 dying destitutes. What a great commitment this Mother Teresa did. Her action spoke than her words. The next person about whom I'm going to talk is Amy Carmichael. She reached India in 1895. In 1901, Amy rescued her first temple child, a 7-year-old Prerna. From that day, Amy became a new mother and stayed with Prerna for the rest of her life. There were many children dedicated to the temples who were trained as dancers and singers. As news of a crusade began to reach outside, babies in danger are being taken into temple. And these babies were given care by the Amy Carmichael. They found a suitable place outside Donavu and started their building. And the number of homes increased. Amy was called by her children as Amma, though she is from a foreign land. She came and when she saw the pitiable situation of the Devadasis, she committed her life for their sake to give them education, to uplift them in the society, and she was lovingly called by the children as Amma. She bathed them. She bathed her children. She did not consider them as some children from the country. She bathed the children and cared for them and cared for the sick. Whenever they were sick, she used to sit near them and treat them. She played with them and took them for a walk into the forest, where she taught them how to love animals and how to love nature. She appreciated the nature. Still, at Donavu, the Santosh Vidyalaya stands as a witness for her commitment. The next personality whom I admire, Pandita Ramabai. Pandita Ramabai was a daughter of Ananda Shastri, who was a Sanskrit Pandit. Pandita Ramabai was a woman, a pioneer in the education and emancipation of women in India. She was also a social reformer. The title Pandita as a Sanskrit scholar and Saraswati was awarded after being examined by the faculty of the University of Calcutta. You can just imagine how difficult it is for a man to accept and give a title for a woman as Pandita. It was very difficult, but she proved herself. She excelled in everything and she gained the title Pandita. from the faculty of the University of Calcutta after examining her. After her parents' death, she and her brother followed the family tradition of wandering and reciting the Hindu epic and mythological text. In June 1880, when her brother passed away, she married a person, a lawyer. After 2 years, her husband passed away, leaving her 1-year-old Manorama. After much of struggle, she went to England. In 1887, she published her first English book, The High Caste Hindu Women, where she explained the pitiable situation of the women in India. 2 years later, she came to India and opened an institute for the education of Hindu women widows or Hindu widows. This was the Sharna Sadan Abode of Wisdom in Bombay. Soon, she moved to Pune and started a famous orphanage. It was called as Mukti Mission. Her compassion for the child widows, people affected by the famine, the underprivileged and the uneducated, especially women and girls, led her to start Maharashtra's first kindergarten and a hospital. It is now 131 years old since it's founded. It continues to this day to provide education, training, and dignity for thousands of women and children. Muthulakshmi Reddy. She was a medical practitioner. She was a women activist and social reformer. We can consider her as the first female student admitted in the men's college. She came under the influence of Annie Besant and Mahatma Gandhi. Her father was Narayana Swami Iyer, the principal of Maharaja College. Her mother was Chandramal. She was the author of several social reforms. Kasturiba Hospital at Triplicane is a monument of her effort. She presided All India Women's Conference. She passed the bill for the suppression of brothels and immoral trafficking in women and children. She recommended government to fix the maximum age of marriage to be raised to 21 for boys and 16 for girls. Her two outstanding contributions is Abhay Home and Adayar Cancer Institute. I don't have time to talk about other. If you see the YouTube, you can find. And now I want to just move on to the women who actively participated in the national movement. We all know how the politics was. The politics was always thought of a man's game, dirty, and not fair for the fairer sex. No one will entertain women to get actively involved in the politics. But there are many women who actively participated in the national movement. A number of Bengali women wrote to the Viceroy in support of the Ilbert Bill, which allowed Indian judges to try Europeans. I hope that you know what is Ilbert Bill, but still I just want to explain. Ilbert Bill was introduced in 1883. It sought to abolish judicial disqualification based on race distinction. This was resented by the British and they started Defense Association because the Europeans were not interested Indians to try on the Britishers. When the Defense Association to defend this special privileges was resented by the Britishers, there was a reaction provoked by the Indians and there was Indian agitation. There was agitation by the educated Indians. So many women supported, many Bengali women supported the Ilbert Bill, which allowed Indian judges to try Europeans. And it is also wonderful to hear in 1901 itself, 96 girls joined together and performed a song, Hindustan. And Swadeshi movement, we all know what is Swadeshi movement. The Swadeshi means being part of Indian independence and to make and use only the make of India. Okay, make of India means avoiding the things which is imported by the Britishers. Use only Indian goods. That is Swadeshi movement. So Swadeshi movement, many Indian, many women like Sarala Devi Chaudrani from Tagus family, Sister Nivedita and Mrs. Yasuda Savarkar took active participation in the Swadeshi movement. They went house by house. They gave speech in the public and made the people to be aware that our good is not inferior. The goods which is made in India are not inferior in any aspect. Let us buy only Indian goods. This was the plea from these ladies. There are many ladies. I've just mentioned only few names. There are many ladies, even from the rural areas, many ladies joined the Swadeshi movement. During Dandi March, I hope that you all know Dandi March. It is against the salt law. Okay, the Britishers imposed law on the salt. Okay, so imposed tax on the salt, and they asked our people to pay the tax. So Indians started to agitate. So the Dandi March, we all know the Dandi March, Vedaranam in South India. People went to the seashore and started to make salt, okay, by themselves and use the salt. So women were very bold enough to stand with the men for the Dandi March. Okay, women like Kamala Devi Chattopadhyaya and Avantika Bai Gokhale. And this Avantika Bai Gokhale and Kamala Devi Chattopadhyaya were the first women who were bold enough. I can just see like this only. They were bold enough to put their first step into the beach, light fire, and boil sea water. Say how bold they were. At that time, also they were very bold. So this Dandi March took place. The Dandi March and the non-cooperation movement. It took place in the year 1930. A long struggle of women led many thinkers to shed their reservations, and women were allowed to be part of the national movement. I want to talk about the few women who were very active in the national movement. Aruna Asaf Ali, she was, we can consider her as a legendary heroine for India's freedom struggle. This lady remembered for hoisting the Congress flag at Bombay during the Quit India movement. During the Salt Satyagraha, she was arrested and she was sent to Lahore jail to serve 1-year prison term. She was held for participating in the 1932 movement and was put in the Tihar jail. And this Aruna Asaf Ali is known as a grand old lady of the independence movement. This is about Aruna Asaf Ali. I can talk so many things about Aruna Asaf Ali, but I do not have time to talk. So I'm just going to highlight only few women. The Suchitra Kripalani. Suchitra Kripalani was a freedom fighter from Ambala, and she was greatly inspired by the works of Mahatma Gandhi, and she was actively involved in the Quit Indian movement and the partition right. Even after independence, she had not stopped working for the weaker section of the society and was greatly involved in the upliftment of Indians. The next one is Kama, Madam Kama. She was addressed as Madam Kama. She was a lady, is an outstanding lady of great courage, fearlessness, integrity, perseverance, and passion for freedom. Though she was born from a rich Parsi family at Bombay, she became a nationalist, social worker, and she worked for the victim of plague in the year 1896 in the Madras presidency. Kama was always actively involved in fighting for gender equality. In 1905, Kama, along with her friends, designed the India's first tricolor flag with green, saffron, and red strips bearing the immortal word Bande Mataram. On August 22nd, 1907, she raised the flag for India independence at the International Socialist Conference at Germany. There are many cities in India that have streets and places being named after Kama. And Swarup Nehru, Kamala Nehru, they were committed to the cause of Swadeshi. They wore Qadar and walked in the streets. Kamala Nehru asked women to take the vow of Swadeshi and wear Qadar. Mata Kasturiba was in very poor health. She was arrested many times. She was affectionately called Ba. We all know Mata Kasturiba, wife of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. She was a leader of women's satyagraha for which she was imprisoned. She helped her husband to the cause of indigo while she was in Kaira. Okay, she was in Indigo Champaran, Bihar, and in Gujarat. She was arrested twice for picketing liquor and for foreign clothes shops. In 1939, she was arrested for participating in Rajkot Satyagraha. She was very religious. In South Africa, Gandhi was fighting for the right of the people. In South Africa, she stood with her husband near Durban. Kasturiba was arrested many times and sentenced to the hard labor in the prison. During the 21 days fast in the February and March 1943, Kasturiba had only one meal a day. Other prominent women leaders in the national movement, Nelli Sangupta, Meeraben, Sarojini sisters, Mithuben Petit and Sophia Khan, and Rajkumari Amrit, Tulsidas, Maniben Nanavati, Maniben Kara. Please just see the Google and search for the Google, and you can find their contribution to the national struggle. I do not have time to explain each and every one. In Tamil Nadu also, there were great participation of women in the freedom struggle. Some women went door to door to preach the value of Swadeshi. Rukmani Lakshmipati accompanied C. Rajagopalachari on his march to Vedaranyam to break the salt law in 1921. Ambujammal was the only daughter of Srinivasa Iyer to join the non-cooperation movement in 1920. She formed the Women Swadeshi League. Nagamai, wife of E.V. Ramaswamy, and his sister Kannamai joined EVR in picketing liquor shops at Erode. B.T. Kanahambal was arrested for her vigorous participation in picketing liquor shops. Rajamani Ammal was arrested and sentenced to 6 months imprisonment and kept in Madurai. Radhalakshmi Ammal from Ramanathapuram was arrested for participating in the toddy shop picketing. Indian woman whose achievement changed the course of history. Ananda Gopal Ghoshi, she was the first female doctor from India. Indira Gandhi, first woman to become the Prime Minister of India. Indira Gandhi, we all know. Indira Gandhi, one of the best women of the 20th century, was the Prime Minister of India and the daughter of former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Indira Gandhi married a Parsi man, Firoz Gandhi, in 1942. The marriage was opposed by Orthodox Hindu because it was an intercommunal love marriage and not an arranged marriage by the parents. However, both Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi defended the marriage. Shortly after the marriage, both Indira Gandhi and Firoz Gandhi were arrested and jailed for nationalist activities. Indira Gandhi was released after 8 months and Firoz Gandhi after a year. In 1959, Indira Gandhi became the president and the Indian National Congress. In 1964, she was elected to the parliament. The death of Firoz Gandhi in 1960 and the subsequent death of her father in 1964 caused Indira Gandhi to withdraw into the shell and limit herself to the immediate family. After the death of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lala Bal Gangadhar Shastri became the Prime Minister, and Indira Gandhi was the Minister of Information and Broadcasting in the government. After Lal Bahadur Shastri's death in 1966, she was selected as a Prime Minister by the party within in the Congress. She was considered as a promising candidate, but her candidature was opposed by Morarji Desai. She proved herself. And she got into the leadership position. She was a prominent leader. She was a best politician of the 20th century. India cannot forget any of her contributions. See, one thing which I always appreciate in Indira Gandhi, whenever she traveled, whenever there was a need to travel within India, she always choose to travel in the train second class. So that impressed me to think how committed she was to the country. And Justice Anna Chandy, India's female judge. We all know about Kalpana Chawla, the first Indian woman in space. And Mother Teresa, I've already explained about Mother Teresa. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize. And Sarojini Naidu, Nightingale of India. She was considered as a Nightingale of India. First woman to become a governor in 1947. Chaired National Annual Session of Indian National Congress at Kanpur in 1925. And she led the civil disobedience movement and sent to jail along with Gandhi. In 1942, she was arrested during the Quit India movement, jailed for 21 months with Gandhi. She was an eminent poet, writer with famous work like Golden Threshold, The Bird of Time, the first woman governor of the independent India, and was commissioned in Uttar Pradesh. And about Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Vijayalakshmi Pandit, sister of Jawaharlal Nehru, she was the first woman to become the president of the United Nations General Assembly in 1979. She was the first woman to hold the prestigious position in the cabinet. How proud we are to see our women participating, taking the leadership positions in the United Nations General Assembly. Women in social activities. We know we talk about Aruna Roy. She was she established Right to the Information Act. Madna Patkar, founding member of the famous Narmada Bachao Andolan, a movement to save Gujarati rivers and people. Vimala Kaur, educated under the underprivileged children in Delhi. And we know about Annie Besant and her contribution to the Theosophical Society. And in 1988, she helped in establishment of Central Hindu College. In 1916, Besant launched the Home Rule League with Lokmanya Tilak. In 1917, the first woman president of Indian National Congress. And again, in 1917, headed the Calcutta section of Indian National Congress. So this lady, the theosophist, social reformer, political leader, women rights activist, writer and orator, fought for the rights of Indians and was the first woman president of Indian National Congress. So this is about Annie Besant, Sarojini Naidu, Sarojini Naidu I explained before itself, Mukti Dadli. She supported marriages of the blind pairs. Actually, she was also a blind. She started school for the blinds, and she's also supported blind marriage and organized many marriages among the blind about the visually challenged. Women in education. A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. It was said by Mustafa. The first woman teacher, the first female teacher, we can say about Savitri Phule. So many things to talk about Savitri Phule. Please just Google and you can get more information. Asima Chatterjee, first woman to be awarded Doctor of Science by Indian University by 1945. Mahadevi Sharma, prominent writer, poet and educationalist. Roshni Mukherjee, she introduced online study platform. Kumari Shibula provided scholarship for the underprivileged children. Geeta Dharmarajan, wrote children's books and magazines to make the children to read, okay, to have the habit of reading. Sarah Tucker, women educationalist, is founder of the Sarah Tucker institutions. And then Radha Goke adopted government schools and founded an organization with a unique curriculum that provided creative learning for the underprivileged. She adopted many government schools and she had volunteers to go and teach the children of the government schools to speak in English, because the children from the government schools always reluctant to speak in English. Because of that, many higher positions were not they couldn't go to many higher positions. So she took up the challenge, and she organized an organization and made many people to be volunteers, and she personally went to many government schools and she taught them how to speak in English. Women in sports, okay, women in sports, we always be thorough about the women or the men who are involved in one sports. There's no need for us to think about the men who achieve, because it is normal for a man to achieve in the sports, but it is not normal for a woman to achieve in the sports. So women started showing interest like men in the sports after independence. Before independence, they are not allowed to go out and play outdoor games. Okay, they have to be inside the house. There were few who went out and they had various types of games and all. But after independence, many women came out and they involved, okay, in the sports activities. At present, we have a good number of women athletes in sports. And in the international reputation, we can talk about P.T. Usha, Rosa Kuti, Vandana Rao, Nisha Millet, Anjali Vedpak, Meghna Narayan, and Sanatha Rangaswamy, Saina Misra, V. Sindhu, Mary Kom, etc., etc., etc. I can just put on many names. There is no time for us to talk about all that. Please refer to some books. Women contribution for the special children is also very, very important. The special children were considered as a burden. Once it was considered as a burden for the family, but some women took up the cause. They felt the pain of the parents. So among that, the Mukta Dudley, she founded Mukta Seva Sangh, a non-profit school for the visual challenged women. Okay, this was the first school, and later many schools have started, and we know about the many schools which is in and around Chennai and in Tamil Nadu, in other parts of the country. There are many schools, but this lady's contribution is appreciated. And Sangata Rao, she focused on changing the map of education by providing conducive space for special children where they feel welcomed and appreciated. And Vasudha Prakash founded VXL, a learning center which teaches medical education, vocational skills for the special children. Now, many schools have come out for the special children, where they make the children to be accepted, to be wanted, to improve themselves and be a part of the society. And information technology and women, from aeronautics to the marine exploration, women have achieved a lot and created a niche for themselves. There are many sites hosted by women, namely www.womenexcel.com, fitness from gardening and the 90s courses for women, and worldwidelearn.com, and mindflash and uc311.com. Many more websites are there which help women dealing with various issues, and giving them tips how to overcome health related problems and healthcare tips, and many other sites. Women, achievements, women, Bharat Ratna awardee, we have Indira Gandhi as a Bharat Ratna awardee, Mother Teresa. Indira Gandhi was given the award in 1971, Mother Teresa in 1980, Aruna Asaf Ali for her contribution in 1997, Lata Mangeshkar in 2001, along with men. Considerable number of women are awarded prestigious national awards such as Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Sangeet Karnataka Academy Award, Sahitya Academy Award, etc. for their meritorious performance in specific fields. So women, okay, my slide is over. Women has contributed a lot. Okay, we cannot say all the women gets the equal opportunity. We know very well, we can very well talk. All the women are not given such opportunity. Even now, though the government come up with various laws, the government come up with various schemes to provide equal opportunity for women. But still, if you look at the society, the violence against women is still increasing. There are many things we hear from the news. Okay, what is happening for the women? There are many schemes. There are many schemes have come up. The government introduced many schemes. Scheme for the working women, Rajiv Gandhi National Credit Scheme. Many schemes have come up in order to make the women to come up and just to be equal with the men, to use the opportunities, to utilize the privileges which the government gives. But women, all the women do not go forward to utilize. There are many various laws the government has passed to make the women to feel equal with the men. Okay, equal with the men. There are many laws. I can name many laws which was introduced by the government, but all these privileges, all these laws were not correctly used by the women. I just wanted to complete this talk. Women have contributed. All what I said now is a contribution of the Indian women, few women who proved themselves. Now it is a time for the women in our country, the girls. I was very happy to hear the college, St. Joseph College, started with 2 women, and now there are nearly 3,000 women a part of the college. So I am very thankful. I was very happy to hear that, and thankful to the administration for giving equal importance for the women. The women can change the society. They are not weaker sex. They prove in all aspects. They can prove in any job which is given to them. They are proving now that they are capable of anything and everything. The women who are hearing to me now are capable of doing everything. I just want to tell you, those women about whom I said have proved themselves, have contributed to the society for the upliftment of the society. They contributed in every aspect to lift the society. When I talked about Mother Teresa, when she passed away, there were only 2 saris with her, nothing else. Her commitment was that for our country. So we, as a women, must do something for our country. We should uplift our country. We should contribute our talents, our capacities for uplifting the society. To men, I just want to say, treat women with dignity, respect their feelings, and make women to achieve certain things in the society. What are going to do? What are you going to do? The one who's listening to me, I just want to put this forward. What is going to be your contribution? Today, think about yourself. You are a woman with the talents, with capacities. You can prove yourself and you can contribute to the society and live a dignified life. Once again, I just want to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to present my paper on the role of women for the upliftment of the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. Aruna?
Thank you, ma'am, for your enriching and thought-provoking message, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Can anyone in interest to give feedback about the session?
Yeah, really, I wanted to give Shiba ma'am. It was so excellent. It's really awesome, I should say. You covered almost all the remarkable, beautiful women of India who did marvelous services towards the society, towards national movement, in IT wing, almost in all walks of life. Very beautiful presentation, ma'am. I loved it. I loved it.
Actually, I just wanted to make it very sharp, very short, because if we see each other, if it is offline, I can speak because I can see everybody. But when it is an offline,
you're right.
I just wanted to make it very short and
ஏதாவது சொல்லுவாங்க, the female is love and beauty, male is action and power, great city is that which has great men and women. ஸோ எந்த நாடு நகரம் தலை சிறந்த நகரம்னா எந்த நகரத்திலே தலை சிறந்த பெண்களும் தலை சிறந்த ஆண்களும் இருக்கிறாங்களோ அங்க. ஸோ தலை சிறந்த பெண்களாக நம்ம எல்லாரும் இருக்கணும்னா எஜுகேஷன். நீங்க சொன்ன அந்த சாவித்ரிபாய் பூலேயை பத்தி பிள்ளைங்க பார்க்கணும் கூகுளில் போயிட்டு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃபீமேல் டீச்சர், பட் ஷீ லேட் த ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஃபார் விமன் எஜுகேஷன் ஃபார் கேர்ள் சில்ட்ரன். இந்த ஜோதிராவ் புலே அவருடைய ஹஸ்பண்டும் அவங்களும் அவங்க போகும்போது என்ன செய்வாங்களா, மக்கள்லாம் வந்து அழுகுன தக்காளியையும் சாணியையும் தூக்கி எறிவாங்களாம். அந்த அம்மா ஒரு பைக்குள்ள துணி பைக்குள்ள இன்னொரு ட்ரெஸ் எடுத்துன்னு போவாங்களாம். அப்படிலாம் போய் படிச்சு இந்த பிள்ளைங்களை பொம்பளை பிள்ளைங்களை படிக்க வைக்க அவங்க அவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட்டிருக்காங்க. இந்தியாவில் விமன்ஸ் டே கொண்டாடணும்னா சாவித்ரிபாய் பூலேவை தான் நினைச்சு பார்க்கணும். பூனேல இருந்திருக்காங்க அவங்க. எல்லாம் வந்து நிறைய ரிமார்க்கபிள் விமன் வேர் தேர் இன் இந்தியா. நவ் தே ஆர் அவைலபிள் இன் இந்தியா ஆல்சோ. அவங்களெல்லாம் நம்ம பார்க்கணும். நம்மளும் அதே மாதிரி நம்மளால முடிஞ்ச சர்வீஸை பண்ண ரொம்ப அழகாக சொல்லி ஜஸ்ட் சிம்பிளி சூப்பர் மேம், வெரி எக்ஸலண்ட்.
தேங்க்யூ தேங்க்யூ.
Ma'am, your talk was very excellent, very informative to our young students. Really, it was good, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I just want to add one more. Swami Vivekananda said like this: we must realize that men and women are two wings of the same bird. That in order to be truly soar to great heights, men and women must work in unison in order to achieve greater harmony in life. Where women are honored, there are gods are pleased. But where they are not honored, no sacred right yields reward. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh, Dr. Rajesh. I thank the program officer Rajesh sir and Sangeeta ma'am for the wonderful opportunity given to us.
Thank you so
much, ma'am,
for your encouragement, participant.
Yeah.
Amina ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Yeah, Emelda, Dr. Emelda. Thank you
Happy
so much.
to see you, ma'am. Yeah. Very nice,
Take
ma'am.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Take it.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable feedback.
Thank you, Emelda ma'am, for your great feedback.
Thank you, Sangeeta and Rajesh sir. Very good organization. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much, madam.
Any other? Anyone want to give feedback? You can give. From student side, you can give feedback.
Yes, ma'am. I want to share something, ma'am.
Yeah, you can give.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing a lot of historical information. As ma'am said, you cover a maximum iron lady in our society. You start from Mother Teresa, Amy Cranachal, and Justice Anna Chandy, etc. You said about the Indian woman whose achievements in the course of history and women in our society, social activities and information technology through today. Today, through a speech, you make a lot of young girls to make and become a strong and feel proud themselves and motivate us and achieve in their field and prove themselves and to the society that women can achieve anything in the society. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vaitishwari. Thank you for your feedback. Any other?
Ma'am, I do want to convey my thanks for this.
Yeah, you can proceed, Sadhana. You can proceed.
Good morning to one and all present here. This webinar really helped me to know how women are playing a vital role in their society and as well as their family too. This really boosted up my confidence level because as a final year student, I'm stepping up to our next phase of life in my life. So it's really helped me a lot to boost up my confidence. This elaborate talk about so many successful women in their careers as well as in their family. It really helped everyone here. I think so. I really thank who are all organized this webinar, especially for this topic. It really effective among students and women present here. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sadhana. Anyone else want to give feedback? You can give your feedback.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
I want to share my thoughts, ma'am.
Deepika. Yeah, you can give
Yes,
Deepika.
ma'am. Yeah, I'm also a St. Joseph student, 2017 to 20 batch. Even though there is a pandemic situation on virtual mode, you are creating the wonderful opportunity. This topic is very much useful. Thank you, Shivanam, so much. Then for coordinators, I really thanks a lot, Sangeeta ma'am and Rajesh sir, for creating this webinar. Thank you so much, ma'am. It is very useful for us. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Deepika. Sir, Rajesh sir.
Yes, madam. We'll proceed,
Is that
madam.
enough or?
Yes,
Is
we
that
will proceed.
enough?
Yes, madam.
You want to say thank you, sir, or else we just wait for another feedback?
Shall we move, madam? We'll proceed for the conclusion.
Shiva ma'am, shall we conclude here or else?
Yes, sir. I just want once again thank everyone that gave a positive remark. Again, I just want to thank our organizers for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to be part of the celebration for this workshop. It was really a great chance for me to enjoy the presence of all of you, the principal, the secretary.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Can I talk? Ma'am Sangeeta,
Rita ma'am பேசுங்க உங்களோட
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இந்த செஞ்சிலுவை சங்க சார்பாக நடத்தப்பட்ட பெண்களின் பங்கு, சமுதாயத்தில் பெண்களின் பங்கு என்கின்ற இந்த வெபினார், இந்த நிகழ்வலை மிக சிறப்பாக அமைந்திருந்தது. மிக சிறப்பாக ஒருங்கிணைத்திருந்தீர்கள். ஒருங்கிணைப்பாளர்களுக்கும் தந்தை செயலர் அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் இந்த நிகழ்வை நடத்திய ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் இல்லையா அவங்களுக்கும் மிகுந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இது வளரும் தலைமுறையினருக்கு ஒரு விழிப்புணர்வை ஏற்படுத்தக்கூடிய ஒரு நிகழ்வாக இருந்தது. மிகவும் பயனுள்ளதாக இருந்தது. இந்த COVID-19 என்ற காலகட்டம் மிக நெருக்கமான சூழ்நிலைகளை நமக்கு தந்தாலும் கூட இவைகளிலிருந்து நாம் எப்படியெல்லாம் மேற்கொள்ளலாம், குறிப்பாக பெண்கள் இல்லாத உலகம் வெற்றுலகம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரியும், பெண்கள் தங்கள் நிலையை உணர்ந்தால் இந்த சமுதாயம், இந்த உலகம் அனைத்தையும் உயர்த்தி பிடிக்க முடியும் என்ற ஆழ்ந்த கருத்தை உள்ளடக்கியதாக இன்றைய நாள் நிகழ்வு சென்றது. மிக சிறப்பாக, அருமையாக ஒருங்கமைத்த அனைத்து உழைப்பாளர்களுக்கும் பயனாளர்களுக்கும் பங்கு பெற்றவர்களுக்கும் மிகுந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். தமிழ் ஆசிரியர், தூய வளனார் கலைக்கல்லூரி, நன்றி
அம்மா. ரொம்ப நன்றி அம்மா.
நன்றி.
உங்களோட இந்த ஃபீட்பேக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி அம்மா. Ma'am, you can please continue, ma'am. Shiva ma'am.
I just want to apologize for not speaking in Tamil. Actually நான் bilingual தான் பேசணும்னு இருந்தேன். ஆனா அந்த flowல வந்து I forgot that I should speak in Tamil also. I'm really sorry for that.
Thank you, Shiva ma'am.
That's fine, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh and Miss Sangeeta. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody, for your fullest cooperation. Your presence really makes us happy. We are very thankful to all of you to have you here. Thank you very much for your participation and kind patience. Thank you. Aruna, proceed panna.
Thank you everybody for your valuable feedback. No matter what language you speak, a kind and smiling thank you always speaks to everyone's heart. And now I welcome Radhi of First Commerce Department to deliver the vote of thanks to the gathering. Welcome, Radhi.
Yes. Good morning, everyone present here. Saying thank you is more than good manners, it is good spirituality. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. I say that one a lot. Thank you express extreme gratitude, humility, and understanding. Good morning to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. At first, we are grateful to our Reverend Father G. Peter Rajendram, Secretary, for his words of encouragement. His able guidance has always encouraged us. Then, I wish to thank our well-wisher, supporter, Dr. M. Arumaiselvam, Principal, and Dr. J. John Orokeras, Vice Principal, for their stewardship, support, vision, and their commitments. And then I heartily thank our Reverend Father Dr. S. Xavier, Controller of Examination, and Reverend Father Dr. A. Alex, Dean of Studies. And next, I wish to thank our special guest, dear Mr. Sheba Davidson, who, despite their busy schedule, has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you, ma'am. And also, I have to thank to the various participants from various colleges to join in this occasion. I'd like to thank to the volunteers of this function who have been running around doing a lot of things. Thank you so much, guys. Last but not the least, I wish to thank our wonderful students for your cooperation in making this function on a great manner. Finally, I leave you his inspiring quotes by former President Barack Obama. Women are not an interest group. They are mothers and daughters and sisters and wives. They are half of his country and they are perfectly capable of making their own choices about their health. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Radhi, for your wonderful words of gratitude.
Rajesh sir,
Yes, madam.
feedback form will be provided
Share the
now
WhatsApp.
or okay. Feedback form will be provided in the WhatsApp group. You can fill it up. You can receive the e-certificates to all of you. Thank you so much. Shall we leave?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation.
Thank you so much
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
for all the
Thank you,
participants.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a wonderful
Thank
webinar.
you. Thank you once again.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
all,
you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much, Aruna. Thank you so much, Auxilia. Thank you so much, Ravi, வைத்தீஸ்வரி, சாதனா, தீபிகா, எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றி.